KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
On KUAM News Primetime.
Continuing our education coverage, we see local stakeholders voice their concern to the Guam Education Board, with tension flaring during the GEB's recent meeting. I'm Don Sulat with the details coming up.
Guam's Ninja Warrior is back on the road and back on the starting line, and Darren Perez needs our help to advance to the next round of the Ultimate Obstacle Course. See how to support him next.
Breastfeeding awareness goes beyond nutrition. We explore the importance of education, support, and resources for mothers. I sat down with WIC Health Educator 1 representative to learn more on how to help mothers through this journey.
Good evening and half a day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. We are KUAM, and this is Prime Time. Wherever you are in the world, we're glad to bring half a day to you tonight. These are your top stories. And we're going to take a closer look with our Don Sulat into exactly who may be responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of the campus over at Tiyan High, with education officials going on the record saying it's no longer Cortec International, whose name is on the contract of the landlord, rather a non-profit group instead. Don files tonight's top story.
It's a contract between the government and Cortec. And what we learned is that it was taken over by a nonprofit group called Phoenix IDA, and that they had contracted Cortec to handle the maintenance of the schools.
During a fiery Guam Education Board meeting, Guam Department of Education Superintendent Dr. Judy Wonpat gives stakeholders an update on who is responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of the Tiyan High campus. According to Dr. Wonpat, the government is paying $9 million a year for the Tiyan facility, GDOE Central, and the annex. As we have been reporting, GDOE leaders are under scrutiny as the Tiyan High campus failed a school inspection just days into the school year. Some of the questions posed to education officials is, why was there no self-inspection conducted during the summer, and what work was being done to the Tiyan campus while students were out for 2 months? Dr. Wonpat telling stakeholders that Tiyan's principal had been submitting work orders for years to get the facility repaired.
Our guys have been really going in there doing as much as they can. However, in the contract, the way it is written is that responsibility not ours, the responsibility lies with Cortec. And that was confirmed in the meetings that the attorneys had, showing that they are fully responsible.
Although Cortec is not the landlord anymore, they are still responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of the facility. However, according to the superintendent, should Cortec provide work outside of their regular duties, that will come at a price.
If anything in the school they consider that has been abused or misused, they will charge us.
Dr. Wonpat adds that they are looking to renegotiate the contract once Tiyan High reopens.
We are at their mercy because they would charge us for labor, they would charge us for the materials, and they would charge us 15% above that.
As for when the campus would reopen, Dr. Wonpat says she is eyeing August 31st. Should the campus not reopen by that date, it appears the Titans and Sharks may go into double session. Reporting for KUAM News, I'm Don Sulat.
Don, thanks so much. Now, staying with the topic of schools, I want to get you up to speed on a story that we first brought you on KUAM Digital earlier today, as GPD responded to a car crash involving a school bus in Jigo this morning. GPD says the incident happened on Route 9 by Matananao Elementary School around 7 a.m. and footage obtained by the KUAM newsroom shows scratches along the backside of the bus and its rear bumper half fallen off. At the time of the crash, the Guam Police Department says there were 46 students inside the vehicle, which is operated by the Department of Public Works. GPD says there were no injuries reported, thankfully, and they add medics and a wrecker were not needed. For the time being, GDOE says school nurses conducted wellness checks on these students following the incident, which conducted about 3 hours later at 10 a.m. GDOE says parents were individually notified of the incident following those wellness checks, and when asked why parents were not immediately notified, GDOE said the protocol is to wait for the assessments to be completed. For the time being, GPD's Highway Patrol Division investigated the crash and found that the operator of the auto was found to be in violation of failure to yield right of way to the bus. KUAM asked Public Works whether the bus driver will undergo the standard testing for drugs and alcohol and whether he's been grounded until those results come out. Agency Deputy Director Linda Ibanez says their protocol is to go through the police incident report to first verify the information before taking action, which they have yet to receive. DPW declined an interview with us to provide further details on this matter. So make sure to join the conversation on social media and make sure to watch tomorrow for an update on this story. Well, as we also reported on social media earlier today, Don Don Donkey's Delicatessen Kitchen has been temporarily shut down by public health due to what they call a pest infestation. The Deli Kitchen is one of Donkey's popular food establishments where hot food, bento boxes, and other ready-to-eat meals are sold. The establishment was inspected Friday, August 21st, in response to a complaint of a lot of flies and cockroaches near the deli side. The inspection report states there appears to be an active roach infestation within the establishment, considered an imminent health hazard. The inspector saw 6 live cockroaches in the cabinet below the food display, 3 live roaches in the cabinet underneath the register, and next to packaging, 1 dead roach near dry storage, and cockroach feces throughout the cabinet underneath the food display. Now, along with the roach infestation, several other violations were cited to include potentially hazardous food handling that was corrected on site. Unwashed dishes piled up and kitchen floor tiles were also in disrepair. Now the deli's sanitary permit is suspended until all cited violations are properly corrected and additional requirements are fulfilled. Prior to last Friday's inspection, the deli kitchen was last inspected last January, at which time they received a rating of B. Well, please stay tuned, everybody. Primetime will return with many more island news headlines. Stay tuned. You're watching KUAM.
Let's do this. Pack the backpack. Fill the lunchbox. Cover the basics. Start new adventures. Whatever's on the schedule, Kmart has everything you need, all in one stop. Kmart, let's make a great school year.
Attention contractors and future homeowners. Join the Guam Contractors Association for its industry fair on Friday, August 28th at the Desatani from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Discover the latest products, services, equipment, and innovations from Guam's construction industry. Admission is free. All are welcome. Come network, explore, and find inspiration for your next project. For more information, call the GCA 671-647-4840. We'll see you there.
Anything's possible.
College is possible. Retirement is possible. Adventure is possible. And so is saving for it all with a Bank Ohana 12-month CD special. You'll earn 3.4% APY with a minimum deposit of $5,000 from another bank. Requires a Bank Ohana checking account with an opening deposit of $500. So make your savings goals possible with one of America's most trustworthy companies.
Anything's possible.
Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
Hafene, everybody. Welcome back to Prime Time. And this is Guam's boy. This is our Ninja Warrior, Darren Perez. Born in Santa Rita, makes his home in Dededo right now, representing Guam on the national stage. His next appearance in American Ninja Warrior shows tonight after the news on KUAM TV, or you can stream it on Peacock. We are sending all of our love, 671 strength, 671 vibes, 671 support to Darren because he is sending it so much back to us. He says he loves representing Guam, and we are wishing you, Par, all of the luck. Go get him, Ninja Warrior.
Against Darren Perez. He lost his first race, but did finish the course. Taylor Green has been perfect this season, finished every course she's faced.
Taylor Green looking to get that W, and Darren is out in front.
Darren Perez a half step ahead. We see Taylor Green, though, just so methodical, and Darren really pushing the pace.
And she stays calm even when she's behind. I think that's a great talent, like she runs her race.
Well, Darren Perez knows in the event of a tiebreaker, it's not head-to-head, it's your fastest time, and Darren wants to beat his time of 1:54 in his first round.
The thing about Taylor Green, Matt, even though she's behind right now and Darren's out in front, she's got strength endurance and she's got focus endurance. Sometimes it's easy to lose your focus when you feel like you're behind and you start rushing and losing that focus and that precision.
Gohan Ninja Darren Perez is still representing Guam tonight on American Ninja Warrior, and here's what a few of your friends from KUAM have to say. Let's go!
Dun 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 dun! Viva Gohan! Good luck, Darren!
Good luck, Darren. Thank you for repping Guam, and I know you got this. Let's go!
Good luck, Darren.
Keep representing Guam, Darren. You do you. Best of luck out there. You got this. Viva Guam!
Good luck, Darren!
You got this.
Good luck in the American Ninja Warrior Finals, Darren. Thank you for representing Guam. Biba!
Very, very nice. Darren, go get it, man. We're all behind you 100% of the way. All right. Now, as we told you at the top of the broadcast, education headlines have admittedly been pretty tense lately, but here's some positive news about one northern school that continues to build on a tradition of excellence. Tiyan High School begins this school year with a special announcement as they've repeated their designation as a Naval Honor School for the second straight year. This ranks the Bulldog Battalion as one of the top 20% of Marine Corps junior ROTC programs nationwide. Now, this distinction represents a commitment, discipline, leadership, and perseverance demonstrated by the cadets as well as the instructors. Congratulations to Ukadu, all the cadets, and instructors Sergeant Major Vince Santiago and First Sergeant Jan Pakaigui on their amazing work with an outstanding program. Now, community events continue to happen to give voters the opportunity to directly interact with the candidates who wish to serve you in public office. And our friends over at the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce have booked time to feature the two highest roles in GovGuam at a forum for our congressional delegates. And Saturday over at the Hyatt in Tumon, the session will probe thoughts, platforms, and ideas of Congressman hopeful and former U.S. Attorney for Guam and the CNMI, vying for Adelup, Tony Atta and EJ Calvo against Reese Terlahi and Sabina Perez. Now, doors open at high noon, and my colleague and dear friend Patty Arroyo is moderating. It's going to be good. Please make plans to attend and see what your candidates have to say about Guam's most pressing issues. Okay, next, let's relax for a moment. Let's all get centered, because in this hyper-fast, rapidly paced digital world with everything being personalized, analytically driven, and algorithmically arranged, there's still something noble and valuable in simple old-school recreation. And a good friend of ours has taken her love of nature and of the island that she's helped to document for more than 30 years and combined it with a fun activity that the entire family can enjoy. Now, I got to ask you, Art, because, throughout your career, you've used writing and you've had prose and you've done photography, obviously, and then you've done video. Yeah, you're starting to get into the interactive space, too. Why do you now shed light on endangered species and through puzzles? Like, what about that medium drew you to that?
It's funny because Tara was going through some of her younger pictures in her collection.
Your daughter? Yeah.
Tara, the older of the two girls. And she posted in the family chat, Arlena has been doing puzzles for a long time. And it was her. It was a picture of her baby, maybe 4 or 5. And I just created a puzzle, and I'm a problem solver, like you said, so this fascinates me. And my grandmother discovered when I was younger that in order to keep me in the house, because I love being outside, if I had a puzzle in front of me, Jason, I won't leave that table. I'm just so focused on finishing.
Okay, so here we have the unboxing. So we're combining the old with the new, as kids like to do.
The old and the new.
Yeah.
I'm
Unboxing videos are all the rage.
This is not easy to oh, there we go. So this is how they come. It's packaged in this, very neatly done. And then we have a poster. I ordered a poster for each one as a guide. If you didn't want to use a small box cover, you could open this. Oh, I don't want to tear this. Hold on. Sorry about this, Jason.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so you hang that up.
Yeah, and it's a guide. You hang it up on the wall or put it on the table. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah. Once fully assembled and all 1,000 pieces are properly arranged in there, how much space does this take up? Like, what's the dimension of it?
It's about a 27, I think, by something. Hold on.
Yeah, so save some space on your table, everyone. The dining room table. Here we are in the KUAM podcast studio, so we got some room.
The dimensions are on the box.
Okay, 1,000 pieces. These are made of cardboard.
Yeah, and they're not for kids under 3. I have to say that. Be careful.
And these are going to last. If you buy them, buy them today, 20 years from now, they're going to be just as good.
Well, if you take care of anything, right, they last.
There you go.
Yeah. But yes, it's a wonderful, everybody that's got it, everybody that's received it, either it was purchased for them or given to them as a gift, love it.
Okay, and where can people find these are? Where can people make their orders?
Me.
They just reach out to you directly?
Yes.
Okay, what's the best way to get a hold of you? Email?
WhatsApp.
Okay, WhatsApp?
671-888-1010.
Okay, everybody. So, back to school present. If you're a teacher and you want to get these for some of your classroom, or you're a librarian, this is a great way to stock up. What's coming up too?
We're going to donate a set of these to each of the libraries in the elementary schools.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Guam's murals are awesome, and we've got so many, and here's one of our favorites on Ipao Road, over in Upper Timor.
Don't need to work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
The new Red Bull Dragonberry Energizer is now at McDonald's.
At GTA, everyone gets our best deals.
So my Niao's Primos Paris is your mom's second cousin's cousin through marriage.
Wow, we're basically like family.
So can I get the deal?
Of course, everyone gets our best deals.
My nana said to tell you she went to church with your auntie.
You look just like my friend's nephew's babysitter.
Small island, right? Everyone gets $400 off when you sign up for a Live Unlimited plan.
Bring it in, cuz.
Even if we're not related.
Tonight's sports feature is brought to you by Cars Plus.
Who are continue to impact the lives of young Guamanian men and women through sports and everything at various levels. You just finished the Micronesian Cup. The girls did outstanding. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, and then you move right into like another trip. So what did these young men accomplish, and what are your bigger goals?
They've definitely accomplished a lot during this 2-weekend tournaments in Dallas, Texas with Tokyo Samurais. One, they realized what they need to work on, and 2, they realized where they fit, because we're playing against kids that are 6'6", 6'8", just taller, quicker, faster, and some may be smarter as well. So they've experienced, all 6 of them actually experienced where they fit and what they need to do to get better to play at the next level.
Okay, so let's go to Taylor now. It's not like Coach was saying. I mean, physicality is one thing, training, diet, sleep, and everything like that. It's also your mindset, right? If you're mentally stronger than they are, you've got an advantage. So how do we get mentally strong, like against the opposition next time?
Probably just to, just not think about it. What I do before a game is I hang out with my friends or listen to music and just imagine myself in the game, and just basically just doing and just playing the way that I usually play.
Okay, big man. We were just talking about you. You have plans to go to like a military school.
Yeah, somewhere out there, anywhere I can get the opportunity is a blessing. The ultimate goal is to play basketball at the highest level I can, so
absolutely
anything's possible.
But we know military is all about discipline, right? How do you actually approach, you take that approach where, you have the same routine, you grind every single day, you make sure that, like if you say, I'm going to put up 500 shots a day, you're not doing 499, you're not doing 450 and everything like that. How do you actually like lock in and say, these are goals and I want to get them done?
It's really just about building habits, From a young age, I was always just told to be disciplined, learn that from my dad a lot. And also just surrounding yourself with the right people, people that are as hungry as you and want it as bad as you are. So it's really just simple stuff like that.
Okay, so Jared, real good year for you guys last year, like in high school. You guys are looking as a senior class to move forward. How do you actually take this experience and say, we've gotten more reps, we've gotten a different level of competition and everything like that, and how has that shaped your game?
I think like just building off from last year, we have a lot of returnees, and obviously, we lost, so it's just a different type of hunger, a different type of feeling going into this next season. And then we also got like new guys coming in, freshmen, and then through this past summer, just like knowing how much work we all need to do, and there's just different levels to the game, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, and then I remember, Blake, when I interviewed you for the junior team like last year, you said one of the smartest things anyone's ever told me like earlier, and I was like, tell me about how you guys are coming to defense. And you're like, oh, defense is everything. All right, how do you actually take that approach and basically just say, we're going to crash the boards, we're gonna not back down to anybody, we are really gonna lock these guys up?
Well, defense is something that can really make you stand out, because everyone's out here trying to compete for a college level scholarship. I believe it's a dog-eat-dog world where everyone's just hungry, but coming from here, you got to be starving, especially coming from a small island in the middle of nowhere. You really got to be hungry, and whatever it takes, you just got to be able to do that. Even if some people don't want to play defense, you got to be able to stand out.
Okay, but at the same time, boys, basketball is a team game, right? Everybody's got a specific job. You guys have to play off each other. You guys have to improvise like a lot too, right? Tell me about like how you guys develop chemistry and how you guys communicate and to basically say like, I already know where all four guys are and I know what they're doing.
I feel like it's just surrounding yourself, like Isaiah was saying, surrounding yourself with a good group of people and continue to just work hard, play together, push each other to become a better version than yesterday.
Okay, and then Jared, are you gonna? You're known as a real like attacking guard and everything like that. How do you actually say, we're not going to play conservative, we're really going to take the game to, the opponents?
Just going at everyone, showing no mercy, and just building off like the loss. It's always going to stay in our mind. We've just been working ever since then, been thinking about it, and we're going to come out hard.
Okay, how's the caliber? Because Coach was saying, they're bigger, they might, they're a little bit stockier and everything like that. I mean, that's just genetics, right? At the same time, you can't stop heart. How do we have more heart than those other guys?
Coming from where we're from, like coming from Guam, compared to out there, they have everything just given to them, A lot of us out here gotta work for everything we have. Like our parents sacrificed so much out there, and we just know that we can't let them down, especially out here. Our coaches, everything like that. It's a lot of just adjusting too, We're not used to playing six guys on the daily. So.
What is that like when you actually go up and like there's a guy who's literally like 4 or 5 inches taller than you, and he's like posting you up? How do you change your game?
You try to be smart, Everyone can have the size and the shot. If you have the IQ, it'll take you farther than everyone else.
Really nice. Okay. Well, and like they say, that the bigger they are, the harder they fall, right?
Yeah.
Not to say like we're gonna go for their knees or anything, but Okay. And then Taylor, what did you learn, like about this experience?
What I learned is that there is a whole nother level out there, but compared to Guam, I feel that we have the talent, but not the size. So me personally, we just have to work smarter and just outsmart them and just have heart.
Tourism, it's our #1 industry. As Guam's largest employer, tourism supports more than 50,000 jobs. In fact, 1 out of every 5 jobs is tourism related. Annually, tourism generates over $163 million in tax revenue. Without it, every household would pay an additional $3,700 per year. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry, helping make support Tourism, brought to you by the Guam Visitors Bureau, celebrating over 55 years of tourism.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, cheap things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase, but if it happens, cheap thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all cheap things. Remembering without saying it, couldn't be more of a cheap thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a cheap thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a cheap thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a cheap thing. So we're bringing you more cheap things this year, because cheap things should be everyone's thing.
Safety starts with knowledge. Join the Guam Contractors Association for the 2026 GCA Safety Conference, Thursday and Friday, August 27th and 28th at the Dusatani Guam Resort Ballroom. This two-day conference features valuable safety training for all industries, helping create safe workplaces for the government, military, private sector, and our entire community. The conference is open to the general public. For registration and more information, call the GCA office at 647-4840. Be safe, Guam.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas.
My friends, we believe so much in Vero Victim Advocate reaching out and the work that they do to provide for victims throughout our community that I'm wearing the colors right now because I want to inspire and motivate, and please ask that you support Vero for Bloom and Hope. It's our annual gala. It is on October 10th. It's a ways out, but that gives you and your community, your school group, your church group, your company enough time to make sure you get your tickets and to say thank you to Vero for everything that they do and find out more about what Vero does. And you know, if you want to volunteer, if you're a student and you need service learning, Vero is a wonderful place where you can learn about how to support members in our community. All right, what else we got? GPO, swing by the shopping center, right? The outlet mall, and find some amazing bargains. And throughout August, make sure to swing by there because in the food court, we have live Chamorro dance. Food and entertainment. I don't know, from this Dedito boy, that's a party, right? Make sure to go by because they are performing in the afternoons at 2 to 2:30 on Saturdays. Also, the August pop-up shop allows you to save money and find really, really cool stuff. And then a taping of PBS Kids Live. I am a huge fan of PBS all the way back to the Sesame Street days. I've been watching PBS for years. I got friends that work there. Shout out to PBS. And the fact that they're actually doing a live production is super, super cool. Music and movement. All right. Awesome, awesome work by our friends over in broadcasting. All right, Micronesia Island Fair, Guam, every single island, territory, nation throughout Micronesia will be celebrated. Our dress, our dance, our food, our songs, our chants, our love, right? Our hospitality. If you've never been to a Guam Micronesia Island Fair, please make sure this is your first because you are going to have the time of your life. It's going on for 3 days, so that's a lot of time to experience what it truly means to be a Pacific Islander. You are going to come away from that a changed person and in very, very positive ways. All right, and then baseball, right? Who do we got for we got a double dip, you guys. Check this out. On Monday, the last day of August, we got the Astros visiting the Amazons. So they're heading over to Flushing. They're going to play that team that occupies that certain stadium in Queens, New York. That's at 5 a.m. Certainly worth getting up for. And then we got the Reds and the Cubbies. Ooh, the Reds, they're traveling to the north side. They're going to play that other team from Chicago. They throw the first pitch out at 9 a.m. Live baseball on Peacock and on KUAM TV8. All right, here are your birthday shout-outs for tonight. The date on the calendar says 8/25/26, and that means happy birthday number 4 to Jeremiah Jones. And your shout out says happy 4th birthday to my son Jeremiah. We hope you have an absolutely amazing day today. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com. My friends, that is going to do it for the news portion, but please stay tuned because we got health, home, and lifestyle up next, and our own Janice Carrasco has a very, very worthwhile story on the importance of breastfeeding. I'm going to talk to Liz and Gina. We have Claire Calvo talking to a lot of people who are going to teach you about the power of yoga. She's got a really good interactive discussion. That is coming up, so Really, really good bottom half of the news hour. Please stay tuned. That starts right now. Thanks for watching Health, Home, and Lifestyle right here on KUAM. Check us out anytime on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/KUAM News, for all of our episodes about how you can live a happy and healthy island life. Hafide Guam, I'm Jason Salas, and I'm down here in PD at the Marianas Yacht Club. Wonderful, wonderful weather today to get out and really enjoy the end of summer. Get out and do some sailing, hang out at the beach, and that's what it's all about here on Health, Home, and Lifestyle. We're teaching you how to live a happy and healthy island life. Here is what we have for you this week. Good show.
You know, guys, I have been waiting for this Tuesday because this is House to Home. Liz is there, Gina's here, I'm here. We are talking today. I am holding these wonderful ladies' feet to the fire, if you will, because they have been so critical and asking questions and inquiring with our elected leaders about what plans they have, you know, for affordable housing, for increasing the housing inventory on Guam, for making housing more accessible to every single Guamanian. Ladies, the topic today is, okay, what if you were running? How would you do this? I can't wait to hear this. And how do you guys want to start?
Well, first of all, I want to encourage people to go out, register, and make sure you vote, because your vote is critical. And from what I've been hearing, our voter registration is low. People are not going out to vote. And then the question is, when people ask, why aren't you voting? The feedback is, it's all the same. Nothing's being done to correct the inefficiencies. So I think Gina and I have always been vocal. The chamber's been vocal. In fact, Ed Antalan is speaking tomorrow at the chamber meeting. So please, if you hear this, go out, attend that meeting. And he's going to talk about promises to perform. I think, Jason, you interviewed him.
Yes.
He came up with a 5-point plan that the government could look at to help improve our island and correct the deficiencies that we're undergoing.
And that is wide ranging. I want to ask you both, Liz and Gina, real quick. Point 4 in the chamber's 5 years. It's five points, and over 5 years deals with making housing more accessible. You know, for renters, for owners, for commercial development, and everything. So, Gina, how do you feel about that strategy, and how much teeth does it have?
Okay, I haven't had a chance to listen to Ed's bullet points and the interview, so I just want to say that. But in terms of the concept of what we wanted to do today, what would I specifically do in order to make more housing available is what everyone has been screaming about for, gosh, maybe 10 years, more than that maybe. I remember twice already I've participated, and many colleagues, many other people in the industry, we participated in a roundtable meeting where members of the legislature asked us to come in and share with them, being on the ground outside of government service, what do you see that is wrong that might help with affordable housing? Not even affordable housing, help produce housing, period. And this is what we told them. First, change the processing so that when you apply for a permit, give all the agencies 60 days. Agencies of the, and this, you know, we're pretending, this is a pretend show today, right? I'm running for senator. The first thing I'm going to do is meet with the people at the legislature. Let's get a law into place. The government of Guam agencies who are responsible for processing building permits, you all get 60 days. If you can't complete that permit in 60 days, accountability is whoever is the director of that department. You get to go to the governor's office and you're going to sit down and discuss why that happened. You get 3 strikes, you're out. We're replacing you. Because obviously,
so you're sending them to the principal's office.
Well, you know what? Accountability office. If the governor of Guam is accountable to the people, then as a director of an agency, if you can't move that If your people aren't moving the building permit through in 60 days, yes, you get to go to the principal's office. You have to go and be accountable to the person, the people elected to govern our community. So that would be the first thing I do, is work with everyone, Democrats and Republicans, because I believe it doesn't matter what you say you are. You were elected to represent all the people. Housing is important for all the people. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna gather us all up and say, okay, huddle team, let's pass the law, 60 days. And if the permits aren't processed in 60 days, then 3 strikes for the director of that agency. If you can't figure out where the bottleneck is, who the problem is, you get replaced. You go to the governor's office and you're going to be replaced. I don't know if that's possible, but I will make it possible. I remember talking to Senator Duenas about some issues about cutting GRT. And he said, you can't just do that because of our bond and all that. Yeah, there's a solution for everything. And our job is going to be find the solution. Don't tell me why we can't do something. Let's find the solution so we can. So that would be my priority number 1.
Okay, well, sorry, let me cut in for 1 second, because theoretical candidate, Miss Gina, obviously that would garner a lot of support from contractors, from the general community. Do you actually see any sort of pushback from the government workers and the people that are at the agencies and everything?
I think,
of course.
Or would you say they support you too, because they're like, yes, we want to streamline, but we've been hampered by these processes?
But how do you streamline that? I think you got to take a step back. How do you get all the government agencies in alignment? And that would be having a computer platform or a system for all the agencies, like the banks right now. If one person picks up a piece of paper in your loan process, it's recorded that they did ABC. So I think for the government, what is needed is a platform one platform for all the agencies to be on the same page, so that if one agency picks up one document, it says, okay, they handled this. Then the next agency could see, okay, I'm handling. So it's all in tandem. So yes, that's a solution to kind of improve the system, but stepping back, what is needed to get to that point? One system, one platform, so that everyone is on the same page. So that's one. I mean, we've talked about this. They talked about the permitting system. 8 years later, nothing's done. And I know it had something to do with some contractual issues. But again, there's a solution to every problem. And if one is a bottleneck, as Gina puts it, fix the darn thing so everything continues to move.
Life moves fast. Yes helps you keep up.
Can we open an account?
Yeah, let's do it.
Did I pay that bill?
Yep, you sure did.
What about our vacation?
Oh yeah, start packing.
How does anyone afford to buy here?
Yeah, we get it, but we can help guide you.
I need a bigger space. Can you help?
Yes. Because yes is so much more than the answer to a question. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
I got one question for you. What are those?
It's cute. I wish I could get it, but...
And how much you pay for that taco?
Hey, yo, you know this, boy. He's got his free taco.
And see, that's the thing. We don't see, like, for the people who run for the legislature and 15 people are going to get elected, right? We've never seen this as you're running against each other. Once you're in and the people elected to put you in, you're not competing with each other. At least I've never seen it that way. I always thought whether you're Republican or Democrat, that you're in there to work together to bring solutions to the community, to the people who voted you in. I don't care what you are. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. That should not, in my opinion, it shouldn't make a difference. But you know, Liz brought up earlier about the nitrate bill. That nitrate bill is still, you know, it still troubles me quite a bit because it's so restrictive. It really, and this is the part that I don't understand. That nitrate bill is only applicable to decedent estates and parental subdivision. I mean, you know, that's who it's applicable to. So I think we need to, you know, anybody could pay for it, obviously, but I think we need to make it more readily available for everyone. And I think
that's on our list. That's on our list.
That's on the list. And the ADU, I think we need to make some amendments there. And
the additional dwelling unit.
Yeah, and I think we really do need to work on the GRT. I mean, there's so much pushback about bringing GRT back to 4%. I don't even understand why that's a conversation. It should have been automatic. But Jace, we're promoting the idea that whoever wins in the, you know, in the general election, whoever wins, please work together and please give us specific points that are going to bring us down this road. And I think you need to be accountable. We're going to come down there and just, you know, put the mirror up and say, you know, you're accountable.
Okay, now because we're playing make-believe and everything, what you know, many people have said, and as long as I've been doing elections, this is my 13th election at KUAM, right? And a lot of people say, as far as theoretical politics, like by the book, right? There is really no difference on Guam between a Democrat and a Republican because, you know, ultimately it's, you know, maybe who you're related to or who your family has traditionally voted for. It's not so much whose traditional values do you line up and everything. But if you're running for public office and everything, picking a political party does matter, you know, as far as like who your contemporaries are and everything like that. So Liz and Gina, what party would you run under?
Well, hey, when I vote, I cross party lines. I don't stick to one. I cross party lines.
Hopefully not in the primary.
No, but I will vote for the people who I think have proven. That's the other thing we want to tell people. Look at their voting record. Where did they vote? Did they come up with solutions? And did they vote for the betterment of our community? So when I'm going to vote this election, I'm going to be crossing party lines, but I'm also going to look at what is their track record. Have they helped the community, or did they just continue to spout problems with no solutions, especially those that are incumbents? But the new ones, what do they have to offer? Have they had the experience? If they don't, why are they running? What do they have to offer? So these are things I think I would scrutinize before I check that box. Before I go in there, I'll check before I do that. But, you know, I want to bring up, you know, we were at the National Association of Realtors meeting many years ago, and they were talking about the old days between the two parties where there was a collaboration. They may have had distinct lines drawn, but they collaborated, they communicated, they wanted to see how to make the difference. But when the past number of years in the States, that has not happened. For Guam, we're a small community, and I do see some collaboration, but I see some that were incumbents that they were stuck on a particular, they drew the line and this was it, and nothing could change their minds regarding a particular issue, even if it was better for the community.
Yeah, that's definitely true. You know, if you've never participated with going down to the legislature, and I would definitely be a Republican, Jason. In terms of the platform, I am absolutely more Republican than I am Democrat. The abortion issue for me is one of the most important things. Some environmental issues are really important. Like, I believe in protecting the environment, but I believe that the constituents' rights has to always be what is on top, my guiding decision. So,
and at least on this show, you have always been in favor of big business, small government, right? That kind of lines in. Yeah.
Absolutely, it has to be that way. It is business that should be feeding government, you know. Anyway, but I'm definitely a Republican. But Liz is right. You know, if you I would say for anyone out there, participate with the legislative hearings. Go in and see how these people that you have voted for, how they respond, how they react, what they do in these hearings. And I actually just turn on, what I do is I turn on the YouTube channel when I can't go down there, and I watch them go through their process. And it always amazes me how the things that they do and say to each other. You know, sometimes it's just about confrontation.
But you know, for the ones that aren't in yet and the ones that want to get in, there's also a Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce political forum, which is this Saturday, if people want to see like the ones that want to get in. So, and you know, it's your chance to actually get direct FaceTime with them.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I want to bring up something. If you're an incumbent, you're in office, show up at the hearing, you know, because we've gone to these hearings, and show up at the hearing, because I've seen some come in late. We went through the hearing, answered all the different questions. Some senator will come in late and ask the same darn questions, wasting our time sitting there while we went through the whole thing, took the bill apart, asked the right questions, and then this one senator came in late, kept us there even longer, asking the same questions. So, hey, take your role seriously, you know, because yes, the eyes are there observing, and hey, that person may not make it this time around.
Okay, and I'm just thinking, because we have done this show now for more than 10 years, if the two of you are going to run and both of you are running against each other, like as hypothetical, like senators, and both of you ask me to be your treasurer, who am I supposed to side with? Who do I pick? I don't want to be in the middle of that, man.
Jason, being a senator is public service, so there is no running against each other. Whoever wins, go in there, serve, get out.
You know,
it's not a career.
I've always, you know, because in business, every business has to survive, and every business has to balance their budget. And if you don't, you won't survive it. And I've always asked the business community, hey guys, team up, go in, clean up, do what's right for the community, play tag team, have another team go in.
Okay, here's a question for the both of you, right? Okay. Even though he was the different party, because former Governor Carl Gutierrez, of course, you know, like you know, a very popular Democrat and everything, very famously said in the late 90s that we should, or late 90s and early 2000s, that he believed that we should run GovGuam as a business. That approach, that mindset. Do you favor that?
I totally agree, because right now they're printing money. You're printing money and keep spending it, but it isn't going to the right area. Look at the hospital. That hospital could have been cleaned up many years ago. And now we're talking about, oh, it needs this, it needs that. Well, where's the maintenance? Where was the budget for maintaining that hospital all through these many years? John has this theory. He says it's like the crab, you know how those little duk will get into a shell, and then when they become so big, they discard the shell and they move on to another shell. Mm-hmm. So hey, remember way back when we had the hospital, and then they bought the Catholic Medical Center, and then they got rid of that, and then they moved to this. I mean, don't be a duk and keep dumping the stuff that you built, and then you want to move on to something new.
That's a great political slogan. Vote for Liz Duenas, theoretically. Don't be a duk.
Don't be a duk.
Don't be a duk.
I think Gina's version of that would be like a little bit more, shall we say, mature. Don't be insert.
No, I'm getting T-shirts done, and it says no representation without taxation.
I think you can find those shirts already. You don't need to have those printed up, Gina.
I'm going to have them printed up. Yep.
Okay, well, this was a very entertaining thought experiment. Something to definitely think about, and I guess the overriding theme is please make sure that you educate yourself, because whatever decision we make, and remember, I love the band Rush, and one of the lyrics that I quote from them every political season is, even if you choose not to decide, you've still made a choice, but whatever you decide is going to impact the island in a very profound way.
Please go out, register, and vote. The chamber is meeting tomorrow at the Hilton at 11:30, and Ed Antalon, the chairman of the chamber, will be talking about the plan and the endorsements that the different organizations have given. It's a good plan for the island. Now it's all about the new governor and the new senators that come in. Implementation is the key. No more rhetoric, no more promises. He says, promises to perform. Yes, go out there. Once you get in, perform. Meet your promises.
Okay, and note for next episode when we reconvene and do our house to home next week, ladies, switch to decaf. Okay, I love you guys, man. I'll see you guys next week.
No, it was fun. Yet I think we touched points that really need to be addressed. All in the fun, but yet get to be serious. It's all about implementation and getting the job done for all the candidates.
All right. Well, thank you guys. This was a lot of fun.
Accountability. Yep.
Accountability.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys next week.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at your Island Pizza Hut.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo's Select Care.
Over the years, what are some of the misconceptions? Because I've noticed a lot of people think, oh, I'm not flexible enough. Or, there's so many, or even, oh, I can't go because, I'm Christian and it's a religion. There's a lot of misconceptions around yoga. Can you share some that you've come across, and how do you respond to those misconceptions that you've come across?
So for me, like you said, the number one is that, oh, I'm not flexible. So I let them know that the wonderful thing about the practice is that it invites you to start wherever you're at. So you don't have to be flexible. And the practice itself is about progress and not perfection. And then the other one I get is yoga makes you skinny. And I laugh about that because it's like, while it can be a good form and modality to help you to lose weight, at the end of the day, it's more about the lifestyle and being more conscious and intentional with what you're putting into your body, what you're doing with your body. And so I would tell them that the benefits go beyond that, that it is not just with the body, but it's also mind and spirit. And, as, the guide and the teacher, I also tell them, and that's okay, because the teacher normally arrives when the student is ready. Just like with me, the first time I tried it, I was like, and I wasn't ready at that time. I was like, oh my God, unicorns and stuff like that. I was like, what is that? I thought she was real hippy dippy, and I was like, oh no, I can't do this. And then it was when I was fully ready to absorb what the practice had to offer. That's when I was like, okay, I get why she's that way. And so it's like,
I get why she's a hippie dippy.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that too.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. How about you, Ethel? What are some misconceptions that you've come across?
I've come across that yoga is
religious, or especially with the Ashtanga, that they can say it's a bit culty, which I can totally understand because in our practice we chant before and after, but it is really non-religious. It's just chanting in Sanskrit. The beginning chant is really just thanking our guru for creating this practice for us, that we're able to do this kind of practice. And the end of our chant, we just give peace to ourselves, to the universe, to everybody, and that's about it. It's really not religious. I feel like you said, it's a lifestyle, because everything that I do is based on yoga,
Right,
how I am as a person.
Right. So it's taking it from the mat to off the mat, and how you kind of live your life.
Exactly, right.
Beautiful. Okay. How about you, Leaf?
That is actually my top one. It's when the flexibility thing. I'm just gonna go focus on the misconception of yoga being tied to religion. Religion.
Yes.
Although I know that when yoga comes to you, some people, it comes flamboyantly, like the rituals and the ceremonies and the festivals that come with it. So when people see that, like what you said, it's almost like cultish. But what it is if you take the rituals out of it, and what do we have? The routine that's built. But ritual is very important for us to find out what we really are made up inside.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, cheap things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase. But if it happens, cheap thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all cheap things. Remembering without saying it. Couldn't be more of a cheap thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a cheap thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a cheap thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a cheap thing. So we're bringing you more cheap things this year, because cheap things should be everyone's thing.
From providing important nutrition to strengthening the bond between mother and baby, breastfeeding can play an important role in those early stages of life. And for mothers who may have questions or concerns, having the right information and support can make all the difference. I spoke with WIC Health Educator 1 representative in regards to the importance of breastfeeding.
Just the optimal nutrition for babies, infants, even children up to I don't know how many years old that moms choose to breastfeed their kids, but it's just, what was made to be fed to the babies for their, get a good start in life, nutrition-wise.
She also offers advice to mothers who may be hesitant about breastfeeding.
If mom isn't confident or isn't sure of their decision, then we just lay those options out for them, give them education on those different choices, the benefits, the pros, cons, things like that, so that way they can make their informed decision on their own without feeling pressured or forced to decide how to feed their baby.
She also points to a law that helps protect a mother's right to breastfeed.
So since the Nanadjan Patgun Act has become law, we've informed our clients, especially those who aren't aware about the law, that they're working, they have a very short time frame of maternity leave, and they would like to still continue breastfeeding or offering breast milk to their baby. They say, hey, check with your supervisor and see if they have a private room that you can lock. It's not a restroom, that you can breastfeed privately in while you are on your break time.
She offers guidance